Question for you. Have you ever thought that God was trying to get your attention? It's often a powerful yet subtle way that God communicates with us. So today we're going to talk about 4 signs that God may be trying to get your attention. We're going to keep this short, sweet, and to the point. Okay. First sign that God may be trying to get your attention is synchronicities or repeating patterns, signs, thoughts. Sometimes God communicates through repetition. Have you heard a certain message or theme or verse keep coming up in your life? Well, that just may be God communicating with you. There's this amazing sermon that Pastor Stephen Furtick did. He's the pastor of Elevation Church. It's called The God of Again, and it was so good. I wish I could repeat and regurgitate everything that he said in it, but I'm gonna link it below. It's really, really good, and it does a great job explaining how God has no problem repeating himself. Like, did you hear me? Okay, I'll let you know again. Oh, you're still not listening? Okay, I'm gonna tell you again. He has no problem repeating himself. We see this a lot in the Bible. In Genesis 41 verses 32, it reads, "The reason the dream was given to Pharaoh in 2 forms is that the matter had been firmly decided by God, and God will do it soon." I'm reading off my notes, which is why I'm looking over here. In this case, God used a repeated dream to communicate a specific message about the future of Egypt. Also, in Numbers 22 verses 22 through 25, it reads, "Then God opened Balaam's eyes." I don't know if I can't really say all these biblical names correctly, but then God opened Balaam's eyes, and he saw the angel of the Lord standing in the road with his sword drawn. Pretty much this one goes into saying that God had to use a repeated intervention, the angel appearing, to prevent Balaam from proceeding in the direction contrary to his will. So God has no problem repeating himself, and if you are not getting the message, it's gonna come out somewhere or another. So pay attention to those reoccurring themes, dreams, verses, words, numbers, whatever, because it just might be God communicating with you. Okay, sign number 2 that God's trying to communicate with you: persistent inner promptings. God often communicates through that persistent inner voice, a gentle nudge, guiding you in the right direction. It's like a feeling in your heart or in your gut that you just can't shake. Where they always say, listen to your intuition. Listen to it, because that just may be God guiding you. It is important to differentiate between your intuition and your earthly thoughts. That's something that I had to learn, and I'm still learning. Like, okay, is this me? Is this like my thoughts because of something I want or my flesh, or is this like God? Is this him like kind of clarifying or guiding me? And I heard someone say, I have no idea who said this, but it was great. And it was talking about determining like the voice of God or the voice of the enemy. It's like the enemy, he's loud, he's in your ear saying, you gotta do this now, giving you these like, making you hot and just very loud and abrasive, where God is more subtle and laid back, and that like underlying like, you should do this. You should do this, compared to go do this right now, or you need to do this, or you need to do this to that person, you need to take these drugs, you need to do this, whatever the case may be. So depending on how these voices, these thoughts are coming to you, you can take it with a grain of salt. But I felt like that really connected to me in kind of determining the voice of God, the voice of the enemy. Intuition usually comes as like a sudden knowing, if you will, kind of like a spontaneous thought that may like slide into your DMs, slide into the DMs of your brain. It honestly feels like a direct insight that just arises spontaneously. So pay attention to how you feel, pay attention to those voices, those feelings that you may have going on, and it might just be God, kind of guiding you or pushing you in a way that you need to go. Sign number 3 that God may be trying to get your attention is, and this is a good one. This is a good one that we really don't think about. When your circumstance changes or when you have obstacles come your way. Have you ever experienced a sudden shift in your circumstances that you couldn't explain? It could be God redirecting your path or preparing you for something greater. Embrace the change and trust his plan. When I tell you, we all know change can be hard, change can be difficult. Especially when you're a creature of habit, you don't want change, but trust it, because sometimes we definitely get off path. We definitely go down paths we're not supposed to, be with people we're not supposed to, do things we're not supposed to. And God loves us so much that sometimes He has to throw a wrench in our plans because it's not His plans and it's not the best plan for us. I know it's hard, but try to view these challenges as opportunities for growth, which essentially aligns with divine guidance. Challenges and hardships can be divine messages. Like I said, I know we've all been through them. I've been through them. And now being on the outside of it, I'm like, wow, God loved me so much. He had to shake things up because He had so much better for me, and He has so much better for you too. Really quick, make sure you check out my Bible study dashboard. I will go ahead and link it for you. I created this dashboard because I wanted a centralized place where I can keep like my Bible studies, my prayer journal, my gratitude journal, my Spotify worship playlist, everything all in one. And I'm sharing it with you all, so go ahead and click the link below and check it out. Okay, and sign number 4 that God may be trying to get your attention is reoccurring dreams or visions. I would say the way God speaks to me, and I'm going to do a whole other video on how to hear from God and talking to God, but I don't really think that God speaks to me personally through dreams, but I've heard so many people say that God speaks to them through dreams or have downloaded information to them through dreams, and that is absolutely 100% possible. Dreams and vision have played a significant role in biblical history, and they can absolutely play a big role in your life too. Make sure you are paying attention to those dreams that you have. Have a journal next to you on your nightstand, so when you wake up, if you had a dream, you can jot it down, because how many of us have had a dream and then like an hour later we forgot it? So make sure you have some little journal or a notebook next to your bed. If you are one of the people who do get those dreams that you feel like God's communicating or showing you something or answering a question or prayer, jot it down, and then you will have like a recollection, a record of the times that God has spoken to you. You definitely want to, pray when you have a dream, when you feel like God's speaking to you. Pray and just let Him know that, I feel like this is coming from you, God. Is this it? I be talking to God like He is my home boy. He's the ultimate friend and father, and I talk to Him so straight up, like ain't no like, oh, that God, what's up? What should I do? I feel this way. I feel jealous. I feel angry. I am now very, very, very comfortable in my communication with God, and I advise you to be comfortable in your communication with God. He doesn't judge you. He knows exactly how you're feeling, but He wants you to come to Him. I have a daughter. I have an almost 9-year-old daughter, and this is a great example. Like, she may be upset about something, and I may know why she's upset, whether it's like she wants to have cookies and she can't, or she's frustrated with her problem. But I still want her to come to me and talk to me and let me know what's wrong with her, because I can provide a solution. I could provide comfort. I could just be there for her. And so I feel like God sees us in that same way. He still wants us to come to Him and to let Him know how we're feeling, so He can be able to provide that clarity, comfort, and to continue to grow our relationship with Him. Throughout biblical history, prophets have received visions that have foretold future events or God's plan. It's important to have discernment, because not every dream is from God. Sometimes that is just, we're thinking about something way too much, or who knows, but definitely have some discernment and give that dream back to God. Be like, God, I dreamt this, I thought about this. Was this from you? Let me know. Provide me more clarity. Recognizing these signs can be a powerful transformation on your journey and building your relationship with God. Make sure you share your experiences below. I love hearing how people communicate with God and how God has moved in their lives. So definitely make sure you leave a comment below and let me know your experience with divine communication. Remember, God's ways are often subtle, but the impact can be very profound. If you found this video helpful, definitely give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and share it with someone who may need a little divine nudge. Thank you so much for joining me today, and until next time, I love you. Bye.